Hey, Brandon here. And today we are going to look at decluttering your inbox, specifically dealing with like newsletters, community group notifications, and just taking that extra step so that you know when something's new, but that you don't have to just get pummeled in your inbox. All right, so let's get right to it. So I've got 3 emails here. Each one of them are interesting. I'd like to read them. They're not particularly actionable, but they fall into that category of sometime later this week when I have a chance, I'll just go through all these, read them and delete them, right? Okay, so they all come in from one group. So if I open this up, you'll see that the group is the internal buzzword. It's kind of a test group that I've got. So since they all come in from one group, the fastest and easiest way to declutter your inbox is to go ahead and select the message, then click on the 3 dots, and then go to filter messages like these, right? So what it does is it picks up the email, puts it in the has the words, so it's buzzword eaglecounty.us. It's a list, Google group. All right, cool. Let's go ahead and create that filter. Obviously, there's some other options, but here we're just looking at kind of those group or community newsletters or mailers that you get. So when I click on the create a filter and I get all of the options, there's a couple of ones that I want to hone in on. First, skip the inbox. Just don't even go to the inbox. I don't want to see it in there. If I want to see it, I'm going to make it surface in a different way that doesn't just clutter up my inbox. So the second thing I'm going to do is I'm going to apply a label because I still want to group all of them together. So I'm going to click on apply a label. Now I can either choose one or I can come in here and just enter in a new one. In this case, I'm just going to call it buzzword. I'm going to put create. So that's going to do 2 things. It's going to skip the inbox. It's going to apply the label. And then the next thing I want to do is I want to make sure that I click never send it to spam. So this can happen sometimes when email systems determine that there's a large volume coming in from a central source or something like that. Or if other people have reported that sender as being spam, but you know it's not, this will preclude any of those emails from going to spam. And then the last thing I want to do is I want to click and apply the filter to any matching conversations. That's going to go grab all of those and it's going to batch them into that label. So with that, I'm going to click on now create filter. Okay. So now I've got a filter. You can see that I have the buzzword label. So when I click into this buzzword label, it's going to show me all of the emails that are there. We used it for some testing. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to click these little 3 dots next to the label, and I'm only going to show if unread. And I'll show you why I do that. Okay, so when I click the show if unread, you'll see that it now shows there that there's 2 emails, right? And that is consistent because I have 5 total in here. 3 are read, 2 are unread. So that tells me there are 2 that are unread. If I go ahead and click on that, it still shows that there's 1. If I go back, and this is the genius part too, if I click on that, now the label's gone because I've read all of the emails in there. And so the next time that the label will show up in my main Gmail is when I get a new email from that group. And that way I can go in and just know that there's new emails in that group. I can go look at it. You can set all of your groups up to show how many are new or unread and only show them if there are unread ones there. That really helps clean a lot of the junk mail out of your inbox. Hopefully at some point we'll get you out of the trick that we all tell ourselves that if I mark it as unread and it's in the inbox, then somehow that's going to equate to a task that I still have to do. And then you get hundreds of tasks and then it falls over to the next page and you never follow up with those. But this is a simple way of just starting to get on top of your email. So start the new year right. Go in and take a whack, clean out a bunch of that extra baggage and junk that you got sitting around there. And let's work on getting on top of our email chaos. All right. I hope that helps. Later.